I am absolutely delighted to welcome the lovely Jamie from Swannell Guitars.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for bringing these exquisite instruments. We'll start with your acoustic, if I may.
Yeah, please do.
This is a absolutely beautiful sounding guitar, and what's more, it's a beautiful looking guitar. The top on this?
Alpine spruce.
Alpine spruce.
Italian. I was lucky enough to get out to Italy before lockdown and rifled through all the stash of timber.
The edge detailing and also all of the back as well is a beautiful wood as well. What have we got on the back?
This is black walnut. Binding is yew.
This little plate?
Yep, same, that's yew as well.
That's you as well.
Yep.
And tuners?
The Goto 510s, yeah, Cosmo Black, ever dependable.
This guitar sounds absolutely beautiful. I love your Swannell logo as well. A really, really beautifully made and beautifully finished guitar. Love the feel of the frets on this as well. It's quite a thin neck for an acoustic, which is nice because actually it translates really well for an electric player.
Right, yeah.
It's got a nice volute on the back here as well. I fear that this guitar is not designed for cowboy chord players. I think this is going to be more of a recording artist and finger picking style, maybe even. This is definitely a very, very nicely voiced instrument. I'm absolutely amazed at one thing, and that is the depth of it as well, because it's a relatively small
it's
guitar.
the OM size, yeah. So.
Yeah, it's still got a really, really nice low end resonance. How long have you been building?
First acoustic guitar was 10 years ago. I built my first electric guitar as a sort of 14-year-old at school with my dad in the shed with the belt sander to get things level and stuff. So yeah, acoustics really for 10 years.
You won't be able to see this, guys, but I'm looking at the bracing work and the detailing on the inside. That is really important on an acoustic guitar, and many people don't realise actually that bracing and the bracing structure can totally affect the tone, especially on the top of the guitar, because the top of acoustic is probably about 60 to 70% of the tone.
I would probably go a little bit higher for the top, and the back and sides is kind of like the colour to the tone.
And this clearly is a very resonant top. Obviously the Italian spruce is a way to go.
It was good enough for Stradivari.
It is a very resonant guitar, and the second I played it then I could feel that lovely transfer of the energy, because that's what a guitar is at the end of the piece. It's all about transfer of energy and sound.
And there's very little energy actually that you're putting into it.
You can feel the responsiveness of this in no uncertain terms. Really, really nice woods, really, really nice finishing, and I'm delighted you brought it along today, so thank you very much for that. I'm going to get on to this beauty though, because I know a lot of my subscribers are very, very big electric fans. I should add that at the moment, Jamie's playing through the Brelia BBB30, sorry. She's a medium to high gain hand-wired amp, and unfortunately the Brelia reps couldn't be here at the event this year, but they have sent the stuff through with Stuart, so thank you so much to Stuart for bringing these along for us to try out. But you're playing this beautiful T-style guitar. I'm going to say T-style guitar. What do you call it?
I call it the EL, because I have the acoustic models are all 00, OM, MD, EL. It makes sense. You
were playing that through the Brelia amp at the start, and that Brelia amp, I have to say, has got a real high gain type tone to it, but it also cleans up quite nicely as well when you pull it back. We weren't on high gain there anyway, were we? We were on the clean channel. This guitar is a beauty. This really does look stunning. I love the top on this guitar, and looking at the finishing on that, absolutely lovely. And you've got, are they TV Jones?
No, these are Mojo pickups.
Mojo, right.
Tiesco spec.
Gold foils.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very
I like
nice.
to put the low wound pickups matched to this body. Inheriting from my acoustic sort of sensibilities, I'm looking for dynamic range.
Yeah.
Principally, and then if you've got that, you can always dial it back and off.
I love that tie-in. I love the fact that you tie in your acoustics to your electrics, and you're kind of going for a vibe.
Matched pair.
Matched pair.
The other thing about these guitars is that they're heavily chambered, so much that it's not really chambered. There's not much to it.
Oh my word! I'm going to say that this is probably lighter than the acoustic. A lot of people are making lighter guitars these days. Do you think that has a big bearing on the tone? Or
I think it does, yeah. It's not huge, because most of the tone is from your pickups and your fingers.
Yeah.
There's a few percent there. You can get quite snappy acoustic-y sounds from it if you want, or you can just, you know, wrap up the gain.
CTS?
Yep, CTS volume tone.
Log Lin?
Yes.
Lovely. And obviously a 3-way switch, which is basically bridge, both, or neck.
Yep, and a 47 orange drop in there as well.
The top on this is a flamed maple.
Yeah, lightly flamed.
Lightly flamed and lovely, beautiful bursting on this.
Yeah.
I really like that.
It's all hand applied.
I love the fact that you've still got a little bit of it there. That is a nice touch. Love the detailing of binding again, and the wood at the back
It's
is
a beachy, which you'll be hearing a lot about in the future.
really.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
It's a really nice material to machine and work.
Right.
It sands beautifully. It takes finishes beautifully.
Oh, great.
And when it's coloured like this is, it you know, takes stain quite well.
That is beautiful. And the neck is
African mahogany.
and the fingerboard material.
That's Rocklight.
What made you go for the composite?
It's come to my attention that with ebony, if I'm working on it or if somebody in my workshop is working on it, no matter how careful I am with the mask, I'll wake up in the night with a cough.
Composite materials are much better for the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you win on both scores there. So very
More
nice
stable
touch.
as well.
You're more stable, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Because of the constitution of it being much more stable
Absolutely.
and much better bound. I have to say, on both the acoustic and the electric, you would expect it from instruments of this high caliber, but the feel and the finishing on the end of these frets is exquisite. It's absolutely beautiful. Bone nut?
Yep.
Lovely. And of course we should also talk about the saddles.
The Goto in-tune brass saddles. I like the 3 saddles because, you know, one string is always holding down the other.
You do get a good contact, and we have got string through, and I love this lovely ferrule plate at the back.
Yeah.
I don't mind the individuals, but I really like this. I think that gives a nice transfer of tone into the body as well.
It was a hot debate for me whether to use a ferrule block because it's much heavier.
Yes.
So trying to keep the guitar light.
Well, I don't know how you managed it. There literally can be no wood in this guitar at all.
Pretty much isn't.
It must be like an acoustic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, so it's 2.1 kilos, about 4 pounds.
Right, and I'm just feeling this wood as well. It's oil finish, is it?
Yeah, oil finish.
I was going to say, because it feels beautifully natural. You can really feel the wood. And again, the same with the neck, oiled finish.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I'm absolutely delighted that you brought it along to show us. So thank you so much for coming to the show. I will put all of your details in the description down below so that you can go and check out Jamie's and Swannell guitars. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you'll see plenty more videos from the show from Jamie, and yeah, thank you so much. Before we go, I would like to thank Leigh for switching. I'd like to thank all of the exhibitors that have been to the British Boutique Guitar Festival, and of course David Dyke, Luthier Supplies, who has sponsored the entire event. Did you use any of his woods?
Absolutely. Yeah.
These are all his
long-time
woods.
customer. So yeah, all of the woods from here are from Dave.
There you go.
The back on these guitars are from Dave.
Wow,
And
there
the
you
neck
go.
actually as well.
And the neck. I'll be back with the best content I can, tons more from the show, and I'll link to all of the other content of the show in a playlist so you can check out all the British Boutique Guitar Festival stuff. Until I see you again, you guys take good care.